welcome back to another playthrough series. This time it's The Adventurers, the Temple of Chac, C-H-A-C. And this is basically a little adventure game. It doesn't take that long. And the gist of the game is our adventurers, you can play from 2 to 6, are going to go through this Mayan temple, trying to steal or make off with as many treasures as possible and escape before the giant boulder here either crushes them by running them over or blocks off the only exit passage to the temple. So there's a bunch of sections in the game. The first section here is the moving wall section, and there's a card mechanic which moves the walls at the end of each turn, and there are alcoves that have treasures in them that you can plunder. There's a big lava room here which has a board placed on top of it so you can't see the ruins on it. And there are ruins on the back side of all these tiles which correspond to the ruins in the lava room. And if you look underneath these 4 tiles in the wall room, the corresponding symbols on the back of these are the trapped tile rooms in the lava room. So I'll explain all this, of course, as we play. And there are treasures can be gotten in the lava room. There's also a river here that the adventurers can jump down into and search and then try to escape out this way, kind of a shortcut. There's a rickety bridge that can fall apart as you walk over it with your treasures. And then there's a long path that the boulder follows that you can follow, running out with your treasure as well. So, not a huge explanation, but I will explain as we get into each room what the adventurers can do. So let's take a look at our 4 adventurers that are going to be participating. There is a rule that if your adventurer gets crushed and killed, they can be replaced by another adventurer. I'm not going to bother with that rule with this playthrough. If an adventurer is killed in the temple before they get out, they're just going to be eliminated, and we will continue. If none of the 4 adventurers get out of here alive, they all lose and nobody wins. So the idea is to get as much treasure as you can and get out, again, before the boulder either runs you over or blocks the passage. So let me zoom down on our 4 characters. I'll explain a little bit of how they work. And then, of course, next time we'll be getting into turn 1, and we will start plundering the Temple of Chac. Okay, so here we have our 4 characters. We have Bill Baker, the explorer. He has a special ability called Stamina, and that means once during the game, he can adjust his load level to 1 less than he is at. And I'll explain load level in a second. We have Puccio Cortez. He has the swimming ability, and that allows him to ignore a 1 rolled while trying to get out of the water space. Leah Rice has leap, and it means once during the game she can move diagonally. And Len So Yao, he's got lockpick ability, which means he can set one of the 5 dice to any number he wants, once during the game. All right, so I'll explain load level here a little bit. If we look at the card, if you are carrying between none and 3 treasures, your load level is 2. If you're carrying between 4 and 6 treasures, your load level is 3. 7 and 9 treasures, your load level is 4. If you have 10, 11, or 12 treasures in your possession, your load level is 5. And you're saying, well, what does load level mean? Well, what it means is every turn, one player, I'm just saying starting with Bill Baker, is going to roll 5 dice. So for example, we roll these 5 dice, we get a 2, 3, 3, 4, and a 4. If everybody's load level is at a 2, which it would be at the beginning of the game, then every die equal to or greater than this number will be used for 1 action. And actions can be moving, plundering the dungeon, looking at glyphs. Depending on which room you're in, you have different actions you can perform. So in this instance, at the beginning of the game, all 4 players would get 5 actions. If we had something like this, a 1, 1, 3, 3, and a 2, then of course 1s are less than 2. The load level for everyone would be 2, and they would only get 3 actions. And so you can see as you start carrying more and more treasure, the dice are not going to be good for you. So if you had a load level, for instance, here of you were carrying 7 to 9 treasures, you could only use an action on a 4+ on the dice. So if this was the roll, 2 ones, a 2, and 2 threes, you'd have 0 actions. And of course that's not good because the boulder will start rolling down its track, and if you get too greedy, carrying too much, you're going to get probably to be too slow, and you'll probably get run over and crushed. So that's sort of the mechanic there of how that works. And yeah, every turn starting with the first, how the boulder moves, so the first turn you're going to roll 1 die. So you roll it, and every 3 equal to 3 or higher, the boulder will move that many spaces. So on the first turn, you roll 1 die. Second turn, you're going to roll 2. Third turn, you're going to roll 3. Fourth turn, 4. Fifth turn, 5. And then it's always 5 thereafter. So the boulder picks up speed. Okay, I guess go back to the main board. I will zoom in a little bit on each of the characters. You can take a look at the miniatures. Of course, Fantasy Flight Games, again, a very good quality production value. And then after that, I guess it's going to be right into the turns. All right, so the characters start here. You can see there's a mountain pass here that comes into a little entrance area. So our characters, adventurers, begin here, and they're going to move into the wall room, which is right up here. So first up, we have Bill Baker, and this is his miniature here. Again, very detailed. If you were good at painting, these would be awesome miniatures to paint. And then we have Puccio Cortez, the, I guess, nautical adventurer. And up next we have Leah Rice with her flashlight and her, I guess, pouches on her adventuring pants. And we have Len Sao Yao, or Yu, and with his sword and his little carry pack and his cool hat. And so these are going to be our 4 adventurers heading into the Temple of Chac, a Mayan temple, to try and retrieve as many treasures as possible and get out alive. And the adventurer that gets out of the temple with the most treasure will be the winner. Okay, so that's going to be it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me the next time when we get right into the adventures, the Temple of Chac, and I will explain what the adventurers can do and how the rules work as we play. I'm not going to go over every detail right now because it will just take too long. So, that being said, join me next time and we'll get into turns 1 and beyond of the adventures, Temple of Chac, put out by Fantasy Flight Games. Thanks for watching.